All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. All have sinned. All have fallen short. Part of our emphasis this morning is recognizing that no matter how good we like to think we are, and certainly I'm a better person than you are. I'm way better than you. In God's eyes, we're all equal. Because we're all sinful and we all stand in need of what Jesus did. Sin. We define it two ways. We define it in terms of our actions. It's the things we think, say, and do which form the basis for our disobedience against God. But sin is also a condition. It's who and how we are as God's people. Imperfect and in need of a Savior. But how interesting it is in our human nature that we try to justify ourselves before God by pointing out that the sins we commit, they're little sins. And God doesn't worry about little sins. I mean, look at the big sins out there in the world. There are people murdering their children, and you just watch Nancy Grace any afternoon. Or whatever her name is, Maya, Velez, Mitchell. You know what I'm talking about. The talk shows are filled of this kind of gore. And all we have to do is think to ourselves, Jerry, 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 to realize the utter depravity, even if it is all fake. But we don't do things like that. Okay? We don't commit the horrible sins that other people do. We just commit little sins. We wouldn't rob a bank. But if you found a wallet on the floor in Walmart and it was filled with cash, would you turn it in? Would you turn it in if there was no ID in the wallet? What if you needed that money to pay for the medication you're buying in Walmart that particular day? What if you pinched someone? Or poke them after they poked you? Tommy and I were talking last night about how it is in the classroom. If somebody pokes Tommy and he slugs them back, is that okay? I mean, he started it. He poked me. And that conversation began because our 4-year-old granddaughter, Shelby, slugged some kid in preschool earlier this week. Turns out he socked her, and she let him have a blast. I gotta confess, part of me is going, yes, that boy won't bother you again. But I also know that two wrongs don't make a right. And as much as we want to justify ourselves by justifying our actions and saying how appropriate they are, surely God can't hold that against me. He does. You shall be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. But we're not. So thank God we have Jesus to come and be our advocate and his Spirit to come and be our strength. We'll sing hymn 229.